Welcome back to our frequently asked questions series. If you haven't watched our previous videos in this series, we highly recommend doing so. Today, we'll be discussing how to find the wage determination for your project. A wage determination, also known as a wage decision, is defined as the set of wages, fringe benefits, and work rules that the U.S. Department of Labor has ruled to be prevailing for a given labor category in a given locality. In short, it can be known as the list of wages expected to be paid out to employees. Generally, wage determinations contain a list of classifications, the descriptions of the type of work being performed, and the pay that these classifications are owed, including a base wage amount and their fringe benefits. Wage determinations can be found at multiple levels. These levels can include federally, statewide, and countywide. For the purposes of this video, we'll be practicing the process of finding a state wage determination. If you need any assistance finding what kind of wage determination you would need for your project, you could first evaluate the prevailing wage type or the funding source. We'll be pulling a California wage determination as today's example. Keep in mind though that this process is not universal and that the process for pulling a wage determination may depend on your funding type and location. However, there may be some similarities in finding a wage determination across other funding types, so this can serve as a good example as to how a wage determination may be found in a state. In California, the main information you would need to pull your wage determination is your bid advertisement date. In other prevailing wage types or funding sources, you would usually need some kind of date in order to pull your wage determination. This can include a contract award date, a bid due date, or a contract negotiation date. Again, in California, the rule is to use the bid advertisement date. California identifies general wage determinations with the year that they are issued and a -1 or 2. This is in correlation with the dates that the wage determinations were published for the year. Wage determinations are published twice a year in California, occurring on February 22nd and August 22nd. These dates are consistent every year. The date to keep in mind next is the one 10 days from the published date, which is the date that the wage determination goes into effect. To recap, we have the 2 dates a year that wage determinations are published, which are centrally used to figure out the dates that they go into effect. As stated, the date to keep in mind is the one 10 days from the published date. For example, the 2022-1 wage determination would be in effect 10 days from February 22nd, 2022. 10 days after February 22nd, 2022 is March 4th, 2022. Please keep in mind that the effective date isn't necessarily consistent every year with leap years in mind. The 2022-2 wage determination would be in effect 10 days from August 22nd, 2022. 10 days after August 22nd, 2022 is September 1st. Using these 2 dates, the 2022-1 wage determination would be used for any project with a bid add date from March 4th, 2022 through August 31st, 2022, which is the last day before the 2022-2 determination would come into effect. The 2022-2 wage determination would be used for any project with a bid add date from September 1st, 2022 through March 3rd, 2023 of the following year, which is the last day before the next determination would come into effect. Here's a summary of the dates and their corresponding wage determinations. Let's break down this information using our example. A project with a bid add date of April 15th, 2022 would use the 2022-1 wage determination because the 2022-1 wage determination came into effect on March 4th, 2022 and remains in effect until August 31st, 2022. April 15th, 2022 lies within this range of dates. In the context of prevailing wage, it's important to keep in mind that this rate would be in effect throughout the course of the entire project. So, the rates under 2022-1 would be utilized no matter what year comes following. The rates under 2022-1 would remain in effect throughout the course of the project, even though wage determinations are published thereafter. Please keep in mind, however, that potential increases and important notices may arise which would affect the rates that come in the original 2022-1 wage determination. We have now found the general wage determination for our project. Within this wage determination, we'll be able to find the rates for different classifications that we may be utilizing throughout our project. In our next video, we'll be discussing how to find the rates for a specific classification within a wage determination.
Thank you for watching this video. If you need further help or have prevailing wage questions, feel free to give us a call or reach out to us through our website. You can also follow us on our social media platforms for any future updates. Here at Alliant, we'll help you get compliant.